Full color! Captain Underpants in the Big Bad Battle of the Bionic Booger Boy. Part 2. The Revenge of the Ridiculous Robo-Boogers. Ah! The seventh epic novel by Dave Pilkey, Caldecott honor artist. Full color! Captain Underpants in the Big Bad Battle of the Bionic Booger Boy. Part 2. The Revenge of the Ridiculous Robo-Boogers. Ah! The seventh epic novel by Dave Pilkey was colored by Jose Garibaldi, Wes DiZioba, and Corey Barba. Scholastic Inc. For Aiden and Audrey Hamlin. Chapters. Forward. The sad, sad truths about Captain Underpants. 7. 1. George and Harold. 15. 2. It ain't. 25. 3. Mr. Melvin and Crappy the Kid. 33. 4. Things get worse. 38. 5. Things get worser. 43. 6. Things get worserest. 45. 7. The Purple Potty. 49. 8. Meanwhile, back in outer space. 53. 9. Ground control to Major Tomsky. 58. 10. Mean Mr. Melvin. 61. 11. Captain Underpants in the War of the Willy Wonder Nerd. 63. 12. Mad Mr. Melvin. 73. 13. The Day Before Yesterday. 80. 14. Miss Singerbrains. 87. 15. 65 million years before the day before yesterday. 89. 16. Back to the present. 100. 17. The Big Switcheroony. 108. 18. The Return of the Ridiculous Robo-Boogers. 112. 19. Never underestimate the power of underwear. 119. 20. Booger Brunch. 121. 21. Cornered. 123. 22. Vitamin See You Later. 128. 23. The Underpants Dance and Football TM. 131. 24. Squishies Part 2. 151. 25. Big Melvin. 155. 26. The Drapes of Wrath. 158. 27. To make a long story short. 162. 28. With big underwear comes big responsibility. 163. 29. Come up and see me sometime. 166. 30. Harold's Surprise. 168. 31. Tomorrow. 171. Hi everybody, and welcome to the second half of Captain Underpants in the Big Bad Battle of the Bionic Booger Boy. This comic book should give you a pretty good update of our story so far. The sad, sad truth about Captain Underpants. Once upon a time, there were two cool kids named George and Harold. Were mecha groovy. Me too! But unfortunately, they had a mean principal named Mr. Krupp. Blah, blah, blah. So one day, they hypnotized him with a 3D hypno ring. You will obey our every command. Yes, sirs. Mr. Krupp became under their control. You are now a monkey. Ooh, 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 ha, ha, ha. But they made a terrible mistake. You are now Captain Underpants. Okay. Ha, 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 ha. Tra-la-la. It was funny until he jumped out the window. Hey, come back here! No way! Mr. Krupp really thought he was a real superhero. He got in all kinds of trouble. Oh no! One time he almost got killed by a dandelion. Help! So George stole some superpower juice from a UFO. And he gave it to him. Glub, glub, glub. And Mr. Krupp got superpowers. Now he can fly and stuff. Here we go again! Now whenever Mr. Krupp hears somebody snap their fingers, blah, 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 snap, he turns into Captain Underpants. Tra-la-la! And whenever CU gets water on his head, he turns back into Mr. Krupp. Blah, blah, blah. So remember, don't snap your fingers around Mr. Krupp. But that's only the first part of our story. Read on! Okay, well, is this other kid in our school named Melvin Sneedly. I'm a dumb nerd. Melvin invented a combiner thing that morphed stuff together. First, he combined his pet hamster, Sulu, with a robot. Eureka! I have created the world's first bionic hamster. Next, he tried to combine himself with a robot, but he sneezed at the last second. Watch out! And he accidentally combined with a robot. And it's boogers! Zap. He became the Bionic Booger Boy. I'm a dumb nerd. Uh-oh. Then one time he got a cold. Achoo. Then he got mad and turned into a monster. nearly ate up Captain Underpants, but Sulu the Bionic Hamster beat him up. Then Melvin's parents came and reversed the combino thingy. They zapped him and blew away the boogers. Zap, boom. Now Melvin and Mr. Crab were safe, but something was wrong with them. I'm a dumb nerd. Blah, blah, blah. Then the boogers came to life and smashed the combino thingy. Crash. And the chase was on! The end of part 1. Chapter 1, George and Harold. This is George Beard and Harold Hutchins. George is the kid on the left with the tie and the flat top. Harold is the one on the right with the t-shirt and the bad haircut. Remember that now. National Fine Arts Academy. Ah! This is Mr. Crab, Melvin Sneedly, and Sulu the Bionic Hamster. Mr. Crab is the one on the left with the underwear and the bald head. Melvin is the one on the right with the bow tie and the glasses. And Sulu the Bionic Hamster is the hamstery-looking one in the middle with the laser eyeballs, the macro-hydraulic jumpatronic legs, the super-some-gobulating mini-Automa arms, the virtually indestructible flexogrammatic endoskeleton, and the twin Turbo Series Hausen SB5 Kung Fu Titanium/Elysium alloy processor. Remember that now, too. And these are the ridiculous Robo-Boogers. 3 of the vilest, most disgusting, and most terrifying creatures ever to drip across the face of the earth. Even their names were horrible. Monstrous monikers, the sound of which would drive madness into the hearts of the bravest of heroes. If you dare to know their nightmarishly deplorable names, I will tell you. But don't blame me if you have to sleep with a nightlight on for the rest of your life. Their names were, from left to right, Carl, Trixie, and Frankenbooger. See, I told you they were scary names. Carl, Trixie, and Frankenbooger each bellowed out terrifying, ear-piercing screams of unstoppable fury as they chased our heroes down the city streets. Finally, the Robo-Boogers cornered everyone in a dead-end alley. The 3 Flemish fiends oozed closer and closer, until at last they leaped toward their prey. The situation had become so frightening that George, Harold, Melvin, and Mr. Crab closed their eyes tightly and waited for the terrifying sounds of their own inevitable demise. Globble, globble, globble. But instead of hearing inevitable demises type sounds, our heroes heard something quite different. You see, at the very last second, Sulu the Bionic Hamster stretched open his flexogrammatic jaw and shoved the entire 3 booger behemoths into his mouth. Sulu's bionic cheeks swelled to capacity as he raised his furry head toward the sky. Then, with the force of a lunar shuttle liftoff, Sulu shot the 3 slimy villains into space. Spitooey, spitooey, spitooey! The 3 ridiculous Robo-Boogers sailed through the sky like cannonballs. In no time at all, they left Earth's atmosphere and began sailing toward Uranus. The terrifying battle was over. Wow, that was a really quick story, said Harold. This is going to be our shortest adventure ever! Ain't that the truth, said George.